Hello everybody. Should be online now. I've got to turn that off there, don't I? That would make sense. Alright, should be ready to start now in a second. Alright, good to go, I think. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Coming through okay? Yeah, I'm now a Mega Drive streamer. That's what I am now. That's it. Sounds good. Good, good. Oh, yeah, this game's pretty short, so if it goes well, I might do something else afterwards. Not sure what, because I was nearly finished Sonic and Knuckles that time, so I don't know if it makes sense to go back to that one. I will. Yeah, this game's pretty short. I haven't actually finished it yet, but I've got to what I'm pretty sure is the last boss. It's pretty hard, final boss, appropriately hard. So I'm hoping I can do it this time. I'm hoping I can do a 1 credit clear. Picked up a good feel for the game now, so I think I'll be able to do a 1 credit clear if it goes well. If not, we could be going all the way back to the start because it's pretty hard. You die in 1 hit, so. Someone says, yo, I sent you a nasty comment on YouTube once because I hated Rain World, but after trying a 3rd time, I beat it and it's amazing. You were right, I was wrong. I want to believe that that's real and you're not fucking with me. But yes, it's definitely the kind of game where that comment could be real. Yeah, what can I say? It's frustrating. It can be a frustrating game, you know? But yeah, I really grew to like it. You know, I have a fondness for it. You could say, so hey, at least you owned up to it, you know. And yeah, it's good to change your opinion on a game as you learn more about it. It's good, you know. I do that from time to time. I just try to do it privately, you know, before I make a video that I put up, which I'll regret forever, you know. I try to get all that shit out of the way. But sometimes I'll be making a video, I'll be writing something, and I will write something down. I'll play the game a bit more, and I'll come to a different understanding of the game. And you know, basically I'll figure something out, or I'll think about it a bit more, and I'll flip what I was saying. I'll actually totally flip it around the other way. Now, it doesn't happen often. I'd like to think that I have a pretty good grip on games, like I've played enough now to get it. But occasionally, yeah, I'll write something down and I just flip it around completely, as I get a better appreciation of it, you know. So it happens to me too. Patreon ideas, letting patrons see the videos 24 hours early. Yeah, I can get behind that because everybody would still have access to it, but I just feel like I'm already on bad terms with YouTube's algorithm. I can't imagine that would help me very much. So I don't know if that's the right approach. That could be a sort of short-term thing that kills you in the long run, you know. I know there's other people that do it, but I don't know. Personally, I just like to just get a video out and then just drop it, and that's that, you know. Yeah, it is hard to go back after the 144 hertz. Yeah, actually, I never said. I'm just gonna keep letting this play out while I have a talk for a little bit. 2 things. I was actually going to start streaming about 20 minutes ago, but I forgot to charge the controller. It's a wireless controller, and I wasn't sure I'd have enough charge to get me through this session. So that's the one thing I think the Mega SG is lacking. I think if you're using the 8-bit though controller, it would be nice to have a battery bar for the controller somewhere on the main menu for that, if that was possible. But Yeah, so now I actually have, because I bought the new TV recently, I've experienced both 4K and 144 hertz. Personally, I think 144 hertz is more important. So my PC is old, like the motherboard and the processor are 10 years old, but the graphics card, I had to upgrade that a few years ago, so that's a GTX 970. Not too bad, you know, not too shabby still these days. Anyway, my point is, with the 4K TV hooked up, some games you can play in 4K, even on that setup, you know. But not all of them, obviously, you know, not a lot of modern stuff. But what I did was I booted up Devil May Cry 5, which is very, like, the graphics on that are cutting edge. I think we can all agree it's a very fancy engine and very fancy graphical capability. So I booted that game up. I turned the settings to at least medium or high, and I put it in 4K, and I played the first level. Now it was only running at like 20 frames a second for me, right? But I didn't want to actually play the game. I just wanted to see how it would look. And personally, maybe some settings just needed to be tweaked. Maybe I needed to put everything on high. Personally, wasn't that blown away by it. Like, you can see the difference, and I think this is kind of a problem with 4K in general, maybe, is because I've noticed it in shows as well. I haven't been able to watch much stuff in 4K, right? But I've been able to watch some things. So I watched The Boys, right, on Amazon. I put that on to see what it looks like in 4K, and it looks good, but I think there's a difference. Like, if you go watch a 4K YouTube video, for example, or something that's designed to sell you on the idea of 4K, what you'll see is a picture which is in perfect detail. So you'll see like a shot of nature where everything is being shown to the fullest extent. But for a TV show, most of the time shit is going to be blurred in the background. There's going to be a focus on certain things, and in that case, the stuff in the background doesn't benefit from the 4K because it's out of focus anyway, you know. So I think that I could be totally wrong here. It's not something I think about a lot, you know. But I feel like the same thing was sort of happening with Devil May Cry, in that the game was never meant to have a high enough level of detail that far in the distance so that your 4K screen would really matter when you were looking into the distance. Like, things up close look nicer. You can see all the little threads on the fucking jacket and stuff, you know? But things in the distance, they don't benefit that much. So I think 144 hertz is the better choice. I think it's the better choice. 4K is nice. Obviously, higher resolution is nice. But just if you made me pick between one, every game is either up to 4K or every game runs at 144, I would go for the 144. Yeah, I've watched There Will Be Blood and The Master. I haven't watched Suspiria. Yeah. Good movies. Good movies. What did you think of The Boys? I liked it. Yeah, thought it was fun. Nice. Fun. There's like plenty of nice surprises along the way, and I really like the premise. Just the premise is really good. I think this is something they changed from the comic, but personally I might prefer it this way. I know that that's blasphemous to say when somebody does an adaptation of something, you know, but I think in the comic they have powers of their own or whatever, but I like that they're just regular dudes. I wish there was a bit more of that. That's my biggest criticism of the show, is that I think the first couple of episodes take advantage of the premise the best, because there's the whole stuff with Translucent. Like, that's what's really fun about the show, is normal guys versus superheroes, you know, and seeing how they're going to make that happen. But yeah, but it was good overall. Homelander is fucking great. Homelander is great. He steals every scene he's in, you know, so good. All right. We've seen this intro enough. I'm gonna do non-shuriken. Basically what this means is you just have no shurikens, and it kind of makes the game a little bit harder, I suppose. But it means that you have to use the dog more often. And you know, if you're gonna play this game, you gotta use the dog. You know, you don't really have to use the dog if you have shurikens, so. Okay, this is a kind of a Shinobi game. I didn't actually know about this one until I think it was yesterday I played it for the first time. It's kind of a half Shinobi game. Yeah, you get the Shinobi bonus if you don't throw any shurikens, so that's one reason to play. I want to try and break 1 million. I think I can get over 1 million if it goes well. I'd like to get a score over 1 million. You get a life there sometimes and not others, and I'm not sure why. I think maybe the falling debris interferes with it sometimes. I'm not sure. By the way, jumping up and down these ledges is a kind of contextual action. I'm playing on a Mega SG. Best dog in any video game is Missile. Obviously, it's Missile. Oh yeah, the bonus stages, I'm gonna do them on autopilot basically. I found out this is a great strategy for them. Do you change your playstyle when the game becomes semi? What's semi mean? Was that supposed to be hard? Right now I've changed all my moves while playing God Hand and the game became a lot more fun. Well, you have access to all your moves. Can Wonderful 101 do that? You have access to all your moves in the Wonderful 101 at all times, so it's not really the same thing. But yeah, I would say when you first start playing the Wonderful 101 and early when you don't have any moves, you'd be using the sword a lot. But when you get better, one of the first things you do is you start using the gun way more than you probably did in the beginning, because it's really good for score. So there is things like that to it, yeah. I forgot I didn't have the shurikens there. Okay. Just gotta try and keep that in mind. Yeah, we might do the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. There's only 2 worlds left. I'll have to start at the start of the lava stage again, Lava Reef, because I don't have save states. Fuck. Oh, Next Machina is on sale? That's cool. Yeah, definitely recommend that one. That's the first time the dog has ever run past something like that. Alright, I'll go the other side of the fence. See, I don't know if there's a visual tell for what these green guys are gonna do. Because they can go low, I know. I don't think any of them have gone low just yet on this stream, but they can. Rain World is on sale as well. There you go, everybody. Rain World and Next Machina. Get on that. Game actually came between Shinobi 2 and Shinobi 3, I think. So that would be one reason why it's not called Shinobi 4. Yeah, I don't think I'll release that Ori thing. It wasn't a video; it was just a bit of audio I was gonna upload to the Patreon. I said most of what I would say about it anyway. You know, I would have put it a bit more eloquently in the audio thing because I was focusing on it 100%. But yeah, that was basically the gist of my problem with the game. Is just that. It felt very much like the same game again, you know? And it's a good game. I like it. I really like Ori, but I just expected a bit more out of the sequel as well. I don't know if I said this on the stream, but again, the first Ori, the bash ability was kind of a cool upgrade that you didn't... I don't think any game has had anything quite like the bash. Or if they have, I haven't played it. And if they have, it's not a common thing either, you know? So, when I play Ori 2, for me, I expect something like that again. But not just bash again, you know? It's gotta be something in the same vein, like a new way of getting around, which you don't expect. But, not bash, you know? It's good that they give you bash so much sooner in this game. That's good. But, yeah, just expected something like that. I think every movement option in the new game has an equivalent in the old game. Could be wrong about that, except the sand thing. Yeah, well, you have me here, Barry, you know? It's... got you covered in these trying times, you know? I just think I really have, on the streams now, I have said pretty much everything I would say. Or that I did say in that thing. Just think there's a difference between just saying something on a stream and going like, oh, I gotta upload a whole fucking thing about Ori, you know? There's a different context to it or something, you know? Yeah, I tried to get into Animal Crossing and I played it for maybe 20 minutes and I was already bored. I don't think it's for me. Don't think I've ever even played Mega Man X6, so my answer to that would be no. I kind of want to restart the whole run now. Never had this much trouble on this stage. It's actually the next boss, which is the hard part. This is supposed to be the easy part. I have been wondering though while I've been playing it, if you were to go for a high score, where would be the perfect place to die? Because there's probably some place to just play over and over again, which makes the most sense. You want to get an optimal score. Could be looking at a restart here. There we go, that's the hardest part. I need to try and stay alive now. Just one more, I think. There we go. This next boss is awkward though. Well, that went pretty well. The timing on that is pretty weird. You gotta throw the shuriken right when you're down at the ground. No, I've never played Stardew Valley, but it doesn't interest me either. Yeah, I think it's just a genre thing. I wonder if that counts as killing him. Seen anything interesting come out of the Japanese indie scene? Now that you mention it, no, not really. It's not like I keep a watchful eye on it or anything, but well, it's a short game. I'm just gonna start over. Yeah, I don't know. I do think that the Western indie scene seems to be doing better. Yesterday or the day before his rant notwithstanding. Boosted the game volume a little bit. Yeah, I've played some M++. I haven't spent that much time with it though. It's cool. It's like, I appreciate the purity of it, you know? Gen Design's next project. No, I don't know what it's going to be. Yeah, I hope that it's something a bit more out there than The Last Guardian. I mean, I like The Last Guardian, but you can very much see it as a fusion of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, which I think is cool in a way, you know. But I would rather see them do something much more different next. I know that Ueda talked about how he likes FPS games and stuff. Obviously, I'm not expecting that from him, but I think it would be cool to see something that you don't expect from him, you know? Would you rather work with Ueda, Mikami, or Kamiya? I would rather... I think I have to vote for Kamiya in that one, since he lost his own Twitter poll asking something similar. So I gotta vote for him on that one. Any hopes for Project GG? I suppose I haven't really talked about it. It seems to be the game that they were alluding to over the last couple of years, which was going to be a bit strange, so, or a bit different, new. So I'm hopeful it's... Yeah, I'm just hopeful it's something new and interesting, you know? I'd say there's probably a good rhythm that you can get into throwing those shurikens. It seems impossible to actually aim at the ninjas during that thing anyway, so... you can only have so many shurikens on screen, so there's probably a good rhythm to space them out. Oh yeah, was it the... Fuck. Was it the last stream where the PS5 thing was happening just as we left it? I think it was. Suppose I should talk about that a little bit. Yeah, I think it was funny to tune into it and see the YouTube count had 500,000 viewers on the bottom of it. for what is essentially a GDC talk. I don't know if they were anticipating that many viewers. They probably should have been. But yeah, I think it was an okay talk. I think it's very interesting. I think the biggest takeaway for me, which I'm not sure if anybody else has talked about, but it seems like the SSD can essentially fill up the entirety of RAM in the space of about 3 seconds, if I remember the figures right. So you could have empty, nothing useful in RAM, and then just loading it from the SSD, you could get it filled in about 3 seconds, I think. Which means my principal fear about this whole SSD thing is gone. Like, in the past, whenever we've seen huge improvements on hardware, developers could very well have still prioritized loading times and made it so that their games never had to load. But then graphics just get blown out and loading gets worse and worse all the time, But I think, if I understand it right, it means that there can be no loading screen longer than a few seconds long. Like, there's no reason for a developer to ever have that, So that's big for me. And that's important. But I do think there's a problem in that maybe they have an advantage over the Xbox in terms of how they can pull data. Like what Mark was saying about how they could even stream to the point where they could just stream the data that you're looking at on one half of the your vision, like your field of view. Like, it's that fast that you could kind of design a game that way. I'm still a bit skeptical about that claim, but I think something close to that will be possible, if what they're saying is true. And that's really cool. Like, that could be a big deal, but the problem is that probably only first-party games are going to take advantage of that if the Xbox can't keep up in that regard, So how many first-party studios are really going to push that to its limit? That's the question, Because it's the kind of, a general loading advantage can be taken advantage of, So the example I'm excited to see in recent memory, the Wonderful 101 seems to have 5 times faster loading on the Switch than on the Wii U. On PC, it's basically instant. That's fine, games can take advantage of that. But you can't, I don't see a way of taking advantage of that kind of field of view streaming unless you've kind of built the game from the ground up to take advantage of that, So, yeah. So I don't know how impactful that's going to be, Did you expect the hidden loading screen problem in your God of War critique to be relevant so soon? No, I didn't. No. It couldn't be any more relevant, It's... yeah, I didn't... Because I really didn't expect the improvements to be that big that soon, Supposed to get some lives there, but don't know if there's a hidden trigger or something. Normally you can kill that guy with the shuriken, but since I don't have them. It's a shame. Lose out on 2 lives there. If you sent Mark Cerny a video of your ears, would you also upload it to this channel? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, backwards compatibility. Yeah, I was really hoping for that, and I didn't get it. Yeah, I can't see myself picking up a PS5 on release without backwards compatibility. I will wait. And maybe I might never get it, to be honest with you. I was looking at my consoles here. You know, I only have limited space on the unit in front of me, and I wanted to clear out some room, and I wanted to decide what's going to be put away next. And so right in front of me I have my Wii U, which will be going away sometime soon. Wii U, even though I really like Super Mario 3D World, but that would be the only game that I can't get. That I would Pikmin 3, but I can't see myself replaying that, even though I do like it. I would probably replay it on the Switch. But anyway, so my Wii U, Switch, PS4, Wii, PS3, Mega SG, and Super NT in front of me. And for me, apart from the Wii U, which is going, and I'll clear that out, and I'm planning to put an analog pocket there. Apart from the Wii U, the next one that makes the most sense to put away for me is the PS4. Because, you know, I have PS3 games, and I have some PS2 games downloaded on that as well, that I can't get on the PS4. Or whatever Sony puts out next, you know? So I've already stopped it. I've stopped, like, investing in my PS4. I think that Persona thing is coming out soon, the remake, and I'm not getting it on the PS4 because I don't want to put any more money into it. So best way to convince me, backwards compatibility. If they had full backwards compatibility and a nice list of games that I could buy, fucking 60 Hz versions, please. You know, that would not only sell me on the console, I would be excited for it. Like, if they put out PS3, PS2, PS1 games, gave me the 60 Hz versions instead of the European ones, and had a big catalog to choose from on the PS5, and then I could also obviously play my PS4 games on it, I'd be excited for it. Yeah, you say just emulate, but the emulate, we all know the emulation's not where it could be, you know? Especially for the PS3. I have never tried it, but like the PS2, any emulator is great, okay? I'm not gonna... They are wonderful feats of engineering, but from what I know, I don't think that the PS2 emulation is anywhere near the same level as the GameCube stuff, you know? There's a level of accuracy that's just not there. And I'm not saying that I would necessarily get that with a PS5, but I think I would have a better chance there, because at least they have the schematics. At least they would be invested in getting a nice catalog going. But, you know, I think it makes sense for them to do backwards compatibility. I'm not counting it out just yet, because if they're going to stick with this kind of architecture going forward, which you would think that they would want to, so they can maintain backwards compatibility going forward, then they just have to solve it this once, you know? If they solve it now, then the backwards compatibility will be backwards compatible. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have... No, full backwards compatibility is PS1, 2, 3, and 4. It's taken for granted it will have PS4 compatibility because the architecture is so similar nowadays, you know? They know they want to keep that stuff standardized to whatever degree they can. Yeah, I should... You know, I haven't even attempted to emulate a PS2 game in forever, so I could just be talking out my ass on that, so. I'm curious how to get through here without getting hit, because I really don't know. Alright, nice. Oh, dog was lying to me. Go, get him. Alright. I like that you have to use the dog more when you don't have the shurikens, you know? If you're gonna play this game, you gotta use the dog. I remember this guy, you just gotta run up to him. There. I'm basically just remembering what to do for each of them, so I don't know if there's a tell. This bit's hard to do with no shurikens. Okay. Okay, good, good. Alright, I would say that's the hardest stage, and got through that pretty well. Looking good, looking good. Somebody's saying Jagged Alliance is what XCOM should have been. Fuck. Okay, I might give it a look. I've heard the name, but I never looked into it. It's a pretty easy boss as long as you don't get greedy the way I'm doing right now. Could have already killed him. Oh, of course. At least I didn't die to that fucking bird guy the other day. Yeah, the Xbox backwards compatibility does appeal to me. Yeah. I would say this is the generation I am the most inclined to buy an Xbox that I ever have been. I'm still not sold on it or anything, but if I don't see anything encouraging out of Sony, then maybe. Because at least then I have several generations to pick from, you know? I think the guy, what was it, Jim Ryan, who said the thing about backwards compatibility, I think he's the head honcho over at Sony now, if I remember right, so that's not really very appealing. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, that statement he said, said something to the effect of why would anybody want to play this stuff, talking about older games. It's insulting. It's insulting to developers, you know? I haven't played Hagane, no. I seem to be on a ninja game kick lately, so... I started playing the PS2 Shinobi. I'm deep into that one now. I was taking a break from it, and I decided to look into Shinobi as a series, because this whole Shinobi thing had just been a random off-the-cuff thing. I just sat down one day and said, I'm gonna play Shinobi 2, and it's all just gone from there. And then I learned about this one. Yeah, he actually said that. Yeah, you can look it up. I think it's Jim Ryan. Are there any OG Xbox 360 games you're interested in? Yeah, I'm interested in Ninja Gaiden. I have Sigma, but everybody tells me I gotta play Black, you know. I will play Sigma first because it's the one that I have, but I would like to play Black instead, if I could. I never know if I'm gonna make a video on something until I play it. So, can't answer that. I'd say the chances of me making a video about Ninja Gaiden are slim right now. Because I'd have to spend a lot of time with it, you know? I'm sure there's people out there who know their shit about that game and have talked about it. And I doubt you're starving for analytical content on it the way you would be for some other games. Yeah, I've been thinking of playing Oxygen Not Included again. Yeah, I was thinking of streaming it actually. We'll see. I haven't played it in a while. There's been a couple updates since I last played it. These are one of the few enemies that's much harder without shurikens. They die to a shuriken. They can't block or anything like that. Is there anything you thought you weren't going to make a video on and then suddenly had an interesting video idea on? I'm sure there is, but nothing springs to mind there. But yeah, sometimes I play something and just video idea comes to mind. Bioshock, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm interested in playing games in a general sense, you know? So, it's not like everything I play I'm going, oh, I want to make a video about this. Sometimes I just want to play something, you know? I didn't think that he would only jump a tiny bit like that. Least amount of time to make relative to its length. Probably the Demon Souls one, because that's much more off the cuff. I was reading the chat there. Jagged Alliance 2 was good, okay. I haven't tried Freedom Planet, no. It's basically a Sonic game, right? I know some people really like it, but I don't know that I'm hurting enough for a new Sonic game that I will make it a priority. Oh, I broke 1 million! Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm getting sloppy here. Getting sloppy. Sitting forward in my chair now, taking it serious. I'm in serious mode. I don't have enough lives because the last boss is pretty hard. Make a video on every game you've ever played. Yeah, I'd like to. If I had something to say, I would. It gave me forever. Oh no! Yeah. I do wonder if being in the air is the better strategy, since I could just... Matthew Matos's collection video. I mean, just games I would recommend. I do, you know, I'm only human. I'm always tempted to do shit like my top 50 games or whatever, you know? But, yeah, I don't know. I just try not to make the thing about me, you know? Is that it? Am I out? Oh, okay. Continue for now. Disappointed. You think COVID-19 outbreak is going to affect Wonderful 101 physical backers? Could do. Could do. I don't want anyone to get sick on my account, you know? So, wouldn't bother me. Ten details you missed in Mega Micro videos. Yeah, it's been fun seeing people find the things that I put into them, you know? I love doing this. I really love doing this. That could have gone bad. 2.5D versus Sprite Art. I tend to prefer Sprite Art. I do think 2.5D can be done well, but it seems like it rarely is, you know? This seemed like a pretty safe option. Alright. This is as far as I've gotten. Better to jump over those guys, I think, because I think if you hit them, they sort of keep coming at you, whereas if they get over you, then they just despawn. Okay, not a bad start. This is where it gets hard. I don't know which ones are gonna roll at me like that. Jump over him, let him go. See a roller? No. Need to try and memorize this. Rollers? Nope. Okay, good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Okay. Looking good. Come on. After you beat this, can you dab really hard in real life? No. No. Well, the thing is, you won't know if I do or not. You don't know if I do or not. See, I should just let him go. At least now you know what it looks like. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty hard. Okay, first guy in the second wave. First guy in the second wave. Just let him go. Just let him go. First guy in the second wave. Second wave. It's the second guy, and the first guy in the second wave. The annoying thing is not knowing if they're gonna roll. You waste time that you could be spending hitting them, you know? Could be killing them that little bit faster once you know the waves. It would be nice if they were a different color or something. It's something you're going to pay attention to anyway, you know, once you know the game, so might as well just show that up front. Don't think there's any more rollers for a while now. It seems like there tends to be one guy who jumps and one guy who walks. Okay. Don't know this wave. Just lift his helmet off. See, having the shurikens... Oh. Having the shurikens isn't even really a good thing here. I would prefer to know that I could just hit stuff at will. Okay, those walkie guys are pretty safe. It's safe to leave him over the other side of the room if needs be. It's good to know. I think they were pretty much all jumpers at this point. Oh! Oh! Okay, 2 rollers. Alright. That's just cheeky. That's cheeky, man. Okay, I think we know where all the rollers are now. This guy. Okay. It's the third wave. The third wave, I think, of the last. This is pretty hard, I think. It's better than the final boss of the third game, which... That might be better if you play it on hard mode, if you don't abuse your techniques. Which I think are called Makimono, your scrolls. Because that's what they're called in the PS2 game. Yeah, I was right to come over here rather than staying over on the right hand side. No. Get him now. Okay, so it's at least 2 waves of jumpers. Then, gotta be careful. Maybe it's 3 waves of jumpers. Could have had him dead already. Oh! 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 This could be it. That it? That's it! Well, Connor, that's what I was saying. If the other guys, the roller guys, were just a different color, that would go a long way for me. There we go! Not bad. Not bad. It is a little disappointing when the boss doesn't have a second phase, but I'm glad that he didn't, because that was pretty hard. Pretty hard. Yeah, I prefer it to the final boss of the third game, but maybe that one is better if you're trying to no damage it. Maybe there's something to that one, you know? I should probably play Shinobi 3 on hard at some point. I might get a greater appreciation for that one. This technically was on hard. I think this is as hard as this game gets. You know, it cost me a credit, so not a 1 credit clear. Okay, should I finish Sonic and Knuckles? What do you reckon? Yeah, this is my first time beating it. Yeah. I knew that was the last boss because there's nothing more on the stage select, so I figured might as well. Alright. Go back to Sonic and Knuckles. Give me a second here. Let me just soak in these credits for a second. The dog is cool. It's cool to have the dog. I would like to see the dog come back as a mechanic. You know, if they're making another Shinobi game. Right, that's it. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of dead time in these streams where I could be saying something worthwhile. Hopefully it's relaxing though, you know? Nice and relaxing. Get comfy, you're gonna be indoors for a while. Tell us what button you're pressing every time you do something. B, 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 B. B, B, B. Down. B, right. Oh, I was gonna start pressing Y instead, but it doesn't, 6-button controller doesn't even register. It would have been out by the time this game was out, right? What are your thoughts on video games from the second half of 2007? Well, that's a very specific question. That seemed fair to me. They were bad. I'll just take a guess. They were bad. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. Do you ever feel pressure to like or dislike a game based on other people's preferences? It hasn't stopped me so far. You know? I do, let's just say I don't volunteer some opinions, you know? But if I'm making a video, I don't hold back. It's just, it's weird when sometimes people ask me a question, you know, what do you think of this game that I didn't like, you know? And I just get the impression, well, this is probably something that they really like. And do you need to hear that I didn't like it? You know, what's it matter? If I have nothing interesting to say beyond, you know, how worthwhile is that information to you? Give you some unpopular opinions, yeah. That's what people are looking for, isn't it, you know? Did I even get this far last time? I thought I got to chapter part 2 of this act, or whatever. How's Ireland dealing with the virus? Pretty well, as I understand it, but I don't know, really. As long as I'm doing my bit by staying inside, I don't see the need in obsessing about what everyone else is doing, you know? I'm not going to answer your question, Mayo-chan, but I have been thinking about that, and I have something written that I hope will talk about stuff like that a bit more soon. So, we'll see. But nothing on it right now. Think there's any artistic worth in custom frame rates or resolutions? Yeah, I don't see why developers should be limited at all. Yeah. basically, I don't want to impose an arbitrary limitation on developers for no good reason, you know? What question do you get asked the most? Thoughts on X? Thoughts on the letter X? I haven't tried Whatum because they went the Epic exclusive route, so I'm not on the Epic store. I will probably give it a go when it comes to Steam, but it's the thing as well, like I was looking forward to it, and just knowing that it's out and I can't play it kind of diminishes some of your excitement for it. Can't help but diminish it, you know? Thoughts on questions to start with thoughts on? I'm pretty sure I've already had that question. So... It asks you to do a lot of lifting, you know what I mean? Because there's nothing in there. There is no question to answer there. It's almost not even a question, you know? Thoughts on infinite recursions? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What are your hobbies besides video games? I don't have any. I actually don't have any. I have been making an effort to do some other things from time to time, you know. Been reading a little bit more and... I got a record player, so I started listening to music on vinyl. Got a few vinyls. I don't know if it's actually a thing that's worth it, you know? I think if the music is actually mastered from an analog source, you get better audio than any other way, but that's rarely the case, you know? But the nice thing about it is the record is there, it's nice and physical. You feel like you have it in a way that I don't even feel about physical games. Like there's something about the tactile feel of a record and how simple it is to read the information on it. You know, it just needs a spinning needle and a speaker. But what I really mean is that the nice thing is that it's... you have to change the record pretty frequently. You have to flip it over or you have to swap to the next disc. So it kind of encourages you to just sit there and listen to it and not do anything else. You know, give it your full attention. Thoughts on P versus NP? Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine they are the same. A lot of people have thought about it, and there still seems to be a distinction, right? So, I don't know. The whole mathematical side of logic was not my area of interest. No, I never played Shenmue. I can't say that I'm that enthused. I think at one point I would have been more interested in trying it, but my understanding is that the third one wasn't that good and also didn't resolve shit. So, yeah, that's not a great incentive to go and get into it. Where did you learn to write so well? By writing videos, writing a lot of videos, putting effort into them. It's not something that you just learn overnight, you know? But I did always like, I think I've talked about this before, but it's kind of a stupid thing. It's when we're in school, we're taught Irish here. But it's not a useful language. You're taught it just for the sake of heritage and keeping it alive and stuff, you know. Everybody speaks English, and so there's not really that incentive there to learn it. Now, I wish I had spent more energy learning it when I was in school, but I also don't think it's taught very well. And, you know, when you're a kid, it's hard to appreciate why you should, right? So I didn't put the effort into learning it. And, where is this boss? Here? Yeah. That led me to believe that I couldn't learn languages. That languages just weren't my strong suit. Because the Irish never stuck with me. I mean, they teach it to you from when you're maybe 6 or something to when you're 16. And just never stuck with me. Now, I still have a long way to go on the Japanese, but I think it is untrue that I couldn't learn languages. And considering I think most people in the world can speak multiple languages, it's unlikely that I couldn't have learned it. But back then I thought, well, I can't learn Irish, so I kind of put more effort into English then, you know? Because I figure if it's going to be the only language I'm going to speak, I might as well be good at it. So I did have more of an interest in English when I was in school than most of the subjects. But the way to write better is just to keep writing and to get used to the editing process. I hated editing shit when I first started making videos, and now it's my favorite part of the process. You know, now for me the hardest part is getting something onto the page. Once it's on, then editing it is more enjoyable for me. Whereas it would have been the other way around when I started. Yeah, it's such a waste of time, you know, all that time. I could have a whole other language in my head by now and just didn't go in. I think only part of the blame can be on me. I mean, I was a kid. I do think they could teach it a hell of a lot better, you know? But, yeah. What can I say? That's how it went. Don't even remember that encounter. I actually can't understand The Best Is Yet to Come. No, I can't. I did know it was in Irish when I heard it, though. Have you heard of determinism? Are you preaching my own religion at me? Why was the Sega Genesis the best console? Well, I have a quibble there in that you didn't say Mega Drive. I call it the Genesis sometimes as well, but it's the Mega Drive. Get used to it. Yeah, it's got a nice library, doesn't it, you know? Oh, you actually can't fall off there. That's cool. I don't see anything bleak about determinism myself, personally. It's kind of a meaningless distinction for your everyday life, you know? Why did you switch? Well, it kind of wasn't in my hands. Switch to Sony and Nintendo. It kind of wasn't in my hands at the time. I was pretty young, you know. I did actually want a Dreamcast when I was younger. But, well, I wanted everything. I wanted everything, and we had a one console per generation policy in my household. So, the PS2 was the one. It was only a few years into the GameCube's life cycle that policy finally broke down. I think at some point it just became clear that this was me, you know? I wasn't gonna get off them just because I only had one fucking console. I would say it's a good... PS2 is a good candidate for best console, yeah. Glitch Hikers, no. Don't think I've ever even heard of it. Sounds kind of familiar, but I could be thinking of something else. What? I've gone backwards, haven't I? Oh, okay. Alright. Arguing about determinism in the chat. It's funny considering how often I talk about this kind of shit in the videos in relation to games. But yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with the universe being deterministic either. Though I'm not gonna argue in favor of it either. If you hypothetically had kids, would you force them to play games like other parents force them to play piano? Yeah, well, it's tempting, isn't it, you know? You're not allowed to move past the Mega Drive until you one credit clear Alien Soldier. Quizzing them on Wonderful 101 lore, yeah. I'm gonna have to do some lore videos when it comes out, I hope you know. Because it's deeper than you think, you know? There's more of it than you might suspect. You know, I had thought about that actually. The thing Connor's saying there about the language of games is alien to them, getting people who aren't into games into games. I do think there's room for something like that. I was tempted. I mean, I have a million ideas for videos that I could potentially do, you know? But I was tempted to do something like that. Talking about common sort of things that you take for granted once you know games well enough to help people get into them. So, for example, like if you come across enemies, you're probably going the right way, right? Because that's counterintuitive, but it's something that you're kind of expected to know in a lot of games. And I think it would be nice to have a sort of repository of those concepts for people who haven't played games, you know? TV tropes is what you're talking about, kind of, but I mean, something more limited in scope, you know? Something that just explains things that will help people. Things that you intuitively understand as you play more games. Just a shortcut to that. To help people get started, you know? Like, to everybody in this chat, I'm sure it sounds obvious. If you're unsure about where you're going in a game, but then you see enemies, you think to yourself, okay, this must be the right way, you know? Like you flip a switch, and then you don't know if you're supposed to go back or not, and then you go back and a new enemy spawns in. You know, we've all had that happen. And you go, oh right, yeah, now I know for sure I'm on the right track. And you end up backtracking way further than you thought you had to, but you do it because the enemy spawned in to let you know. I'm sure there's loads of other things like that. Yeah, tons of resources. A boss is coming up. Yeah. I can't believe developers are still doing that whole bloody screen thing to the extent that they are. Yeah. Awful. I can't remember, I was playing something not too long ago and just fucking... You're down on like half health or something, and the whole fucking screen becomes an unreadable mess. Sonic 3D Blast. Yeah, I haven't played that in ages, so maybe. I'm not going to be playing it today, though. Didn't get to a checkpoint yet. I'll try going a different direction here. Would assume that right is the shortest path, but maybe not. Keep the electricity. I can't even remember what the final boss of this game is like, especially without the all the emeralds. I just do the final boss that I would have had to do anyway. Forget. I know the emerald one where you're in space, but is it just taking me this long to get back to where I was that time? Seems that way. Ah, I started moving right to get to the one over there. Yeah, those things that send you off on a path are kind of stupid. Assume I have to go up here. Oh, I remember the boss now. There's two of those pillars on each side. Or one pillar on each side, I mean. Do you think brain interface will replace controllers one day, or it's going to be an alternative like VR? I think it will be an alternative, but probably... Well, I think regular controllers will eventually be the alternative. I have no proof that that's going to happen, but that's what I reckon. There will always be room for games with a controller. Like, some people will want to press something on a controller, you know? But I think the kind of games that will be possible if you're taking direct brain input are going to be a whole different animal, you know? So... yeah, so... I think it'll become the default someday, yeah. I think we're a long way off from it. But you have to remember, we're at the start of games as a thing, you know? In the grand scheme of things, computer games could be around for another 1,000,000 years, for all we know. People are gonna say that controlling games with your mind causes cancer. Yeah, probably. That might even be true for a while, you know? It's awkward. Yeah, I'm not making a judgment about whether the brain device is a good or bad idea. Just that I think that it will be the default, you know? Like, yeah, I like the idea of controlling games directly like that, but, you know, I don't want Facebook tracking where my eyeballs go, so I don't have an Oculus, you know? The tech is neutral, you know what I mean? As tech always is. There we go. This is a great final boss. Do I get to do another phase at all here? Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember now. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break with that. Come on now. I went for the nose because I figured the shield is probably timed to come up. And then it just does nothing. Just fall through it. no rings now. This sucks, man. There we go. That could have gone bad there. Not giving any rings. There we go. We didn't have to play Blue Spheres. Nice. The ending screens of all these games are so satisfying, aren't they, you know? You get the big horizon shot. Everything's fixed. Yeah, it's the bad ending, but, you know. Satisfying. Sonic's name is on backwards so you can see it in your rearview mirror. Have you ever programmed any rendering software in something like OpenGL or Vulkan, and if so, what would you suggest using? If you're just getting started out, then DirectX seems like a better bet than OpenGL. I don't have much experience in either of them, but my understanding from what little I've done is that DirectX is a lot more user-friendly when you're starting out, because the actual implementation of everything is much more obvious. OpenGL is a kind of standard where the implementation is not known to you, how the graphics card implements it. So if you were, say, calling something in an OpenGL library, you have no fucking idea what happens in there. So whereas with DirectX, I think DirectX is, you can actually see it. You get a much better idea of what each individual part of it does. But I'm no expert on it. You should really look elsewhere for your thing. What's holding you back from making small games? The time. Don't have the time. I know it sounds ridiculous, but like I said, the videos and all that eats up all my time, so yeah. No time. I'm thinking if I get this little batch of videos done, I might buy some time for myself then to do other things for a little while, you know, actually be alive for a while. Oh no! He still got it. Do I have any thoughts on New Doom versus Classic? I think you haven't watched Mega Micro videos too, and you should go do that. I'm curious how many people just haven't clicked on Mega Micro videos because of the title, you know? Alright, I will see you later. That's going to be it for now. No, I'm going to keep going for a little bit. Hang on. Hang on. All right. Bare Knuckle 3, aka Streets of Rage 3. I've been told the Japanese version is better. I don't know why. But yeah, I will play this in a minute. I'll be back in a sec. Fuck it. I'll just keep playing. Alright. Yeah, so I haven't played this one that much. I've gotten to level 7. Presume there's only 7 or 8 levels in it. I'm probably not going to beat it because I'm not that good at it. Like I said, I don't really know it. I don't know it as well as Streets of Rage 2. I'm not going to play as Skate because I think they removed his punch from the back, so I'm going to play as Axel. US version has a lot of stuff removed. Japanese version is more balanced and fun. Yeah, so that's what we're playing. By the way, most, if not all, the games that I've been playing on these streams are in the Mega Drive collection on Steam, which is very reasonably priced, and you get a folder with all the ROMs in it. I wonder if Shadow Dancer is in that collection or not. No, I haven't played Shining Force. I might give it a go, but I can't say that I'm that enthused about it. Yeah, I played Bouncer back when it came out. Thanks to Mike, because Mike owned it. Say thanks, Mike, everybody. Mike could be watching you right now, you know. You better give some praise. Yeah, I used to play that one with Mike. I've never owned it myself. Gotta love that running animation. It's very serious. I think Shining Force is the kind of game that I might have liked if I played it when I was younger and I had more time. But yeah, maybe I should give it a go. I seem to be on a Mega Drive kick lately. It's been nice to play more games that I never touched. You know, like I played that played those Shinobi games just on a whim. They're good. You know, they're definitely in the upper half of the Mega Drive library. It's just nice to see that this console still has good games that I hadn't played yet. More good games than I remembered, because I only got to play the first couple of levels of Shinobi 2 when I was a kid. I love this. Do a dash attack with it. It's cool. I think somebody's asking whether beat 'em ups are hang on, somebody's asking whether they should buy Rain World for $4. Yes, he should. I mean, the video's recommending Rain World, so you must have known that, right? I can't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about beat 'em up. Somebody asked if beat 'em up still makes sense in this day and age. I think that, you know, the genre has moved on a little bit, but also I can't think of any title that encapsulates all the good stuff about the beat 'em ups that I've played, you know? So I think there's room for one to come along and really do a better job than before. So I wouldn't say it's done just yet, you know? No, well, I actually never played that Scott Pilgrim game, but like, I can't imagine that Scott Pilgrim game is better than Battle Circuit, which is probably the best beat 'em up, I would say. Even though I'm not that good at it, I do feel a bit hesitant saying that because it's very fast paced. It's faster paced than Streets of Rage, so I'm not as good at it as I am with Streets of Rage. But I think Battle Circuit is really good. But that's, even then, I don't know if that's that doesn't encapsulate everything good about the genre, I think, because the grabs in Streets of Rage are better, I would say. You can do a lot of stuff out of a grab, which is cool. The enemies just stand around whenever you go into your super animation. Somebody asked if I would ever consider selling merch. Yeah, I would, but there's nothing really merchandisable about the channel, you know? Have some coffee now. That's good. I'll pause every once in a while. Give me a chance to read the chat anyway. Yeah, I think the Avatar shirt is a bit cheesy though, isn't it? You know? Oh, this guy's definitely gonna kill me. It's interesting, the bosses get pushed away by the super, unlike regular enemies. It's good. It's a good touch. Stops you from abusing it quite as much on them. I should probably be calling it a crash attack or whatever it is. Don't think there's anything under this. Yeah. That was the worst possible timing for that. Might make it, might make it, might make it. Cool. Cool. Don't know if I get a health refill on the next level. Crush attack. Crush attack. What are your thoughts on Mike's thoughts on Death Stranding reveal trailer? Mike is a big Kojima fan. I don't know if that has changed to a was or not. I should ask him. I'll let him know. I'll let him know what his thoughts on Death Stranding are. It will give me something to say about it. Yeah, Mike's big into Metal Gear. I feel like I prefer Axel to Skate in this game, but I need to play Skate again. Actually, yeah, I never said the news about Sony buying Metal Gear. I will admit, I'm partly hoping it's true, just because it would alleviate my desire to go and do MGS5, because then it's not over. If it's not over yet, then, you know, the line has to be drawn somewhere. Whereas if V really is the last one, then I feel more pressure to go and do it. I'm trying to save the kangaroo here, by the way. If you beat the jester guy without killing the kangaroo gets to just go away, so. Oh, I thought you had another health bar. I thought that's what that star was about. Yeah, I noticed earlier, I had never gotten this far. Earlier in the game, I got to the 6th stage boss. I won't say what it is, I suppose, because spoiler. But my moves changed. And I'm wondering if it has to do with that star. Maybe that's how many lives I've gotten from points or something. I wasn't paying attention when it came up. But my move changed. My dash move became more... went on longer or something. And I don't know what triggered that. Somebody in the chat is going to spoil it for me now immediately. It's not like it really matters, but, you know, I'd be fine to work it out by myself. I'm just commenting on the game I'm playing. Thinking of recording any more full game commentaries. Yeah, I'd like to carry on with Bayonetta and the Wonderful 101, but I think Pure Platinum Bayonetta might be out of my reach, because it's a very fast-paced game, and prefer mine a little bit slower than that. We'll see, though. I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Gonna give it a shot. I also have another much shorter one I want to do, which we'll see about. I saw some people were speculating. I was talking about Rain World last time. It's not Rain World. I think that would be a good game for it, but it's probably not one I would want to do. When you stop making videos, is there hope of a movie night where you watch your own videos and give us cool facts and stories about them? It's been tempted to do that, yeah. Like, it's always, I put things in the video sometimes and then it's just tempting to point them out, you know? I don't know if I should say this, but for example, you know the way I was doing the whole, lots of people picked up on the whole fuck thing in the Zachtronics videos, right? I was putting the word fuck into the sandbox part of the video. But people seem to stop looking for it. I thought that people wouldn't give up looking for them because surely he would hide one in every video because I did it for the first three. But nobody found the Shenzhen one, which I can't blame you because it is extremely hidden. But it is extremely hidden. But there is a fuck in that video. And in the Opus Magnum as well. But then it's just nice to see people picking up on things in the Mega Micro video stuff as well, you know? It's fun to let people work things out for themselves. I think even having said that, nobody's going to find the fuck in the Shenzhen video. It is so unbearably hidden. I'd have to see if you're right there, Dr. Rashid. You could be, but yeah, it should be obvious when it is in the video, but what it is would be the hard part. You know, there's a pattern to them. I didn't just throw them in at random into the videos. Yeah, I don't know. Fine, whatever. I'll give you some more trivia. The trivia for the Mega Micro videos too, which it's just a bit of fun. You know, it's not really anything serious or anything like that. It's just a bit of fun. But I don't know if anybody picked up that there is lyrics to only a couple of them, but there's enough in there that you could twig it. There's lyrics to Once in a Lifetime in Mega Micro Videos 2 because it's a sequel to Mega Micro Videos 1, you know. So there's a clip of Once in a Lifetime in it. So I say same as it ever was at some point, and I say something else as well. But I have two separate parts of lyrics from Once in a Lifetime in Mega Micro Videos 2. I definitely say same as it ever was at some point, but I can't remember what the other lyric is. But I had to put two. How did I get here? Yeah. I say how did I get here and same as it ever was. Yeah. So like that's my favorite thing about Mega Micro videos is being able to do shit like that, you know. How likely is an MGSV video at this point? Not likely. Not likely at all. Death Stranding is much more likely, but not confirmed. So I would like to do something on that at some point. But I just don't know what I could bring to the table on MGSV, you know? So got Diogenes in the chat. That's nice. That's cool. I always knew he stuck around. Can't get rid of him. Medieval or Soul Reaver? No, I was kind of thinking about doing another Soul Reaver one. When I was first making Mega Micro videos too, I thought it might be fun to do a Soul Reaver segment in that one as well, and just make it a sort of running thing in Mega Micro videos that they just happen to have Soul Reaver segments in them for no reason. but it didn't work out. But I am still thinking that I would like to write something about the intro to that game, because it's so fucking good. Like, I think it's maybe the best intro ever, you know, especially in terms of like CG intros. There's very few intros I can think of that are up to par with Soul Reaver, you know. So I would like to dissect that one, maybe kind of the same way that I did with dissecting his character design, you know. Yeah, so I thought about doing that, but I haven't got anything written on that. I should play a bit more. I'll drink some more in a minute. Oh yeah, if you are sensitive to flashing lights, you might want to not look at this until the music changes. These old games, man, they did not hold back on this shit. More people buying Rain World is music to my ears. It's cool. Not doing too bad so far. There was a bit, I haven't worked out the trick to it yet. There's a bit in a while that I haven't, where a bulldozer is coming after you. There must be some kind of trick to it that I haven't worked out. I was just abusing the iframes on the super attack to try and save as much life as possible, but there's got to be a way around it. But I've only lost the life that I earned anyway. I'm guarding my turkey. I want her to activate so I can keep this on screen. Okay. I really gotta get more videos out if it's encouraging people to buy games. I'm glad so many of you play games on my recommendation. I appreciate that. Oh, this boss is pretty hard. That was a cool attack. I've never seen them do that. That's really cool. That's some God Hand shit right there. It catches me out so often in God Hand, but I love that move in God Hand. The way one enemy can sort of vault over another one. It's cool. It's always cool to see enemies working together like that. I'm actually not that big a fan of the music in this game. Maybe, you know, I haven't heard it that much because I haven't played the game that much. But yeah, I don't know. Of the Yuzu Koshiro stuff I've heard, I would say it's probably the weakest. Oh, Hideki Nagamura is off Streets Rage 4. That's unfortunate. Nani? They're looking for something? Axel Stone. The old guy said we gotta head somewhere. No, it's too fast for me. Take another break for a sec. Do you think Spire from Hitbox Team is dead? I don't think so. It was probably a while. It was probably like 6 months ago that Lexi popped into the stream. When I was streaming Dust Force, Lexi popped into the chat, and I think he said they were still working on it then. So I hoped. Well, I would say I hope they're still working on it, but only to the extent, you know, if they think they can get it done. But basically, I just want them to keep making games. That's all, you know. If they have to kill it, they gotta kill it. But yeah, I hope it's coming along. This guy seems to like to grab, the guy with the bandana. Yeah, I think they're still working on it. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. If their Twitters have gone quiet, that could be a good sign, you know? No, I'm not playing any of those games. Animal Crossing or Neo or Doom Eternal. I think the one I would be most interested in trying would be Neo 2, but as far as I'm aware, they haven't removed the loot problem in that game, so... Any new games you're looking forward to at the moment? Good question. I do have some stuff wishlisted on Steam. I'm looking forward to UFO 50. Obviously Project GG, but that's years away and we don't know anything about it, so it's not like I'm getting my... Oh, this is the bit here. Oh. Oh, okay. It did hurt me that time. Yeah, so I don't know the trick to this. Maybe you can jump over it if you time it just right. I shouldn't have done that. Should have just... I'm just gonna abuse the invincibility frames on the super. Look how much damage that does. You can attack it? Okay. I'll try that next time. Hopefully it's understandable why I wouldn't think that you can punch a fucking bulldozer. Suppose I should know what game I'm playing. Punching walls is fine. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright. What else should I be looking forward to? There's a good question. Why don't I ask the chat more questions, huh? What should I be looking forward to? There you go. Hollow Knight 2, yeah. I think the movement looks a lot better in that one, so I'm on board. Oh. I think if I can get past this one, I maybe get a health refill. So I want to be careful. I think maybe she's the last one. Nope. Okay, never mind. I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah, The Last of Us 2, but like I said, I'm hesitant to invest in my PS4, and I think maybe The Last of Us is included in that. I might get it because it's not like I can get it anywhere else. Although, you know, the whole fucking Horizon thing has muddied that now as well, you know? Am I looking forward to the Mario movie? No. Yeah, is SMT5 ever coming out though? I have to say the trailer didn't inspire that much confidence in me either, you know? Yeah, this is the end of this continue. I think I actually made it further earlier. It's a shame. That move takes so little health, it's almost always worth using. Like, it's... If you want to use that flurry move, there's almost no reason not to do it. Like, checking whether or not the gauge is off cooldown. You stand to do so much damage by using it at the right time. Should have been more aggressive. Yeah, look forward to whatever video cult they're about to announce. I expect that announcement in like 6 months. They were teasing the Switch version for way too fucking long. Way too long. I seem to recall when I was playing it earlier, only one track would vibrate to show you which one it was going to be. Looks like they're both vibrating now. Just alternate, so I'll just have to remember it. But I don't know why I never noticed how suspiciously close that eating noise is to the fucking Pac-Man noise. It's like when you eat a fruit in Pac-Man, isn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? Definitely sounds like something like that. I have to wonder if they meant to call Angle Angel or something. Oh yeah, I always forget you can recover from throws. Yeah, thanks. You can do that in 2 as well, can't you? I got all the way through this area earlier, right? I shouldn't even say this shit. But I got all the way through this area without realizing you could walk in here. I was just abusing iframes to get through the fucking things every time. It was only right at the end I was just thinking to myself, there has to be a better way to do this. They can't even follow you in here. I wonder if you can just wait long enough, because they get hit by the thing every once in a while, so... There's no timer as well, which is maybe an oversight for this place. Oh! Oh, you can't punch when you're in there. Pressing the attack button, nothing happens. Weird. I mean, I know they don't go in there, but you would think that the controls would just work as normal. That's weird. I wonder why they did that. That's bizarre. Actually, I'll pick this up now, because I don't know when the stage is going to end, and then it won't let me pick it up. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to hit enemies from here anyway, though. Because you'd be on a different layer. Maybe. There's probably like a sweet spot around here where you could hit them without them hitting you, maybe. Yeah, I played Dead Cells. I wasn't that into it. Just combat didn't do much for me, you know? Oh yeah, look who it is. Yeah, there's a reason I picked this game. That kanji in the background, which I presume means Shinobi, is the kanji you would see on the title screen of the games I was playing. This is probably the hardest boss in the game, if you ask me. They have different movesets, which is pretty fucking cool. But one of them, at least one of them, can do the jump, spin, throw multiple shurikens thing. I'm pretty sure I know they look quite different to the Shinobis from the Shinobi games, but I'm pretty sure they intended for them to evoke those games in your mind. Even though Shinobi is a typical thing, you know? An archetype. Yeah, there it is. I need to just be patient and let him come to me. Like so, that almost worked. Chasing him around is not doing anything. On, jump over. There we go. Oh, never saw that move before. That's cool. That's cool. I'm not going to stream Battle Circuit today. I might at some point though, yeah, because I want to play the other characters. I mostly played the blue guy. But I would like to see how good the other ones actually are. Look at this shuriken noob. Don't you know you're supposed to play without shurikens, you know? Where's the dog? Dog's on a break. Well, I suppose you lose the dog during boss fights, so this is a boss fight for them. It's cool how many moves they have combined. It's a lot of different moves. It's unfortunate. I got to fucking stage 7 earlier today. Be lucky to get to 5 at this rate. Okay, I'm gonna end whenever this life runs out, because I've streamed a good bit of stuff today. Gotta explode at the end. Yeah, I'm using a 3-button controller. Don't know if I've tested if there's any other options on this one. I don't actually have a base in Oxygen not included right now. I would start a new one because of the updates and stuff. I haven't played it in 6 months or more. Probably a long time anyway. This was not a short stream, go away with that. It was long enough. Oh, I got another life, so we'll be here a bit longer. Well, I would say that boss is the hardest part of the game that I've seen so far, so could be in this a while, yeah. Come on. Ah, stop jumping! Oh, another life. Grabs seem to work good on these guys. Don't know if I want to get into them when there's so many of them on screen though. Oh, I hate the way they do this. Lock you out from getting that stuff. Phoenix. Hang back here so as not to activate him. Are they just gonna keep spawning, I wonder? Something tells me they are. I don't know why. Don't know why I suspect that right now. Very important, Z or Z. I used to say Z when I was younger, but I think Z has more clarity to it. You know? I like how you can't throw those guys. It's cool. It's a shame there was a health pickup right there. I had a sense that was coming up on one. This is something they do really well in these games. I mean, as someone who is fair enough at them, like not It's not like I practiced them or anything like that, but I have a good grip on them, I think. They do a good job of spacing the health upgrades just far enough apart that they feel meaningful, and they tend to catch it at a good time, where you're on the boundary of sort of making it through alive or not, where the health upgrade will really matter. How do I feel about Demon Souls now that the servers are offline? Don't know, I haven't played it in a while. You know, it was bound to happen someday. It's sad, but it is what it is. We all knew it was coming. I was gonna save that bat. Maybe I have to use it now. If I still had my wits about me, I should have picked up that health, because for all I knew, the floor moving could have taken it off screen. It's a good thing I didn't, but... I know you get a life at 2,000. 1,000 as well? Did I get a life there? I wasn't watching it. I think I did. Yeah, you really get the sense that Koshiro was just given a blank check on this one. I can't say it's to my taste exactly, but it is pretty cool that he just seemed to do whatever the fuck he wanted on this one. Glad to at least got this far. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Something will be fine. Tried to get fancy on that guy. Shouldn't have. Actually, I never tried to break these lamps. No, I can't. Okay. Alright. How many Terminators have I beat this week? Trying to do the crush attack. Don't know if I'll be able to beat him. He's not that hard. He's not as hard as the Shinobi, but still a health bar to go. Nah, I think he's got me. Oh, he didn't get a chance to get off me attack there. All right, not bad. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I think I know the shortest route on this level now, having done it earlier. Basically have to visit the second room on both floors. I'm gonna go down to the bottom floor first. Enemies here, isn't there? Yeah. Let me grab you! There we go. I think the timer pauses when you're in here. Does this respawn? It does. Interesting. Okay, that's good. I love that. I love that. Ah. Kind of a shame you can't move up or down while you're running. You have to stop. Yeah. The change in my attacks didn't happen this time, did it? So it must be related to the stars. Your score, as you get a higher score, you actually kind of level up your attacks or something? This is interesting. I didn't know this. Don't think it's in the second one. I think that guy's called Petrov. Gilbert? He's looking for someone called Gilbert, maybe? Yeah, whatever. Oh, I forgot about this. This is probably where I'm gonna die. At least I have some health lying around. It's not that hard a boss, just gotta get rid of the ads. Might be able to do it. Oh no! Oh, come on. I'm getting sloppy. Getting sloppy. That's it. That it? That's it. I actually don't mind that boss, but I got sloppy. Alright. That ends my run. Bare knuckle. Might stream it again sometime. Had fun with it. It's good. There's Petrov there, I think. I think he's called Petrov. Right, that's all I'm streaming for today. There's still a whole other level after that, so maybe 2 more levels. I don't know. It was an okay run. I did better earlier. I got past him. I didn't get far into the next stage, but I lost more of my continues at the start this time. I held on to them much longer last time, and I got hit pretty hard towards the end. Like last time I was streaming, I ended up going through all 6 doors because I didn't know what I was supposed to do, and the time didn't even run out on me. But I wasn't quite sure whether there was going to be something in the other doors that I needed to get, you know? So I just went through them all. Anyway. Yeah. I feel like I got pretty quiet towards the end, so apologies if I wasted your time. Just, hopefully it's entertaining enough. You're probably not hurting for entertainment anyway, you know? The thing, people say you gotta stay indoors during these times and stuff, but sure, there's loads of stuff out there to keep you entertained. There's another stream. Probably click off onto another stream right now. So, not that big a tragedy, is it? Yeah. Thanks for the bans on the games. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I might stream again soon. I played a little bit of Rocket Knight. Somebody was recommending Rocket Knight on one of the earlier streams, and played a bit of that. I haven't got that far in it though. So maybe once I know what I'm doing on that one, I'll stream that one. We'll see. I enjoy it though. Rocket Knight's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I hate one of the bosses though. There's this boss behind a waterfall. I'm gonna complain about it if I stream, where you switch layers, and I hate it. I got past it on my second attempt, but I know it's gonna annoy me every time I stream or every time I play the game. So yeah, I played Comic Zone, but I never got far in it. I don't know if it's to my taste exactly, but I might give that one another go soon. SNES Rocket Knight. Is there? I have Sparkster as well. Is there a difference between the SNES version? Oh, look at that! See, you have to watch the attract mode video. Perfect. That's why they put that in there, you know. Always gotta watch these things. I think I saw something. I think I saw something I had already worked out, but I think there's an attract mode video on the PS2 Shinobi, and I think there's something in that's useful as well. You gotta watch them. Streams are on another level of comfiness. So I appreciate that. I think what I do differently from other streamers is I just don't talk a lot of the time. But I feel that pressure bubbling in myself to always be talking, even if what I'm saying is the most inane shit imaginable. You know? So did you like the new Tom York record? If you're talking about anime, yeah, I enjoyed it, but I think that Dawn Chorus was a cut above everything else on it. It's like it probably should have been a Radiohead album ender, you know? It's just one of those songs. That's why we're here, man. What, to listen to me not say anything? Yeah. It's good. Alright. You like it best when I'm talking. Yeah, this is the determinism argument, chat. Alright, I'm gonna go. Dragging out the ending as usual. Well, it was nice chatting with y'all again. I don't know if I will stream again soon. It's been like every 2 or 3 days the last week. I don't know if I will keep that up. Probably not. Might do one more before I... You know, it is cutting into time for the videos, so... let's see. I have a bunch of stuff I want to get done. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll be at it again anyway, anytime soon. Alright? But, I will have something for you soon. One way or the other, okay? I might do one more because I am enjoying Rocket Knight. I want to get back to that one. I might just play that right now once I finish the stream. Take a little break and then get back into playing stuff for the rest of the day, maybe. We'll see. Alright. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I'll catch you again soon. Very soon. Alright, I'm not going to drag it out. Bye. Bye.